So opportunities can be in several sectors at different levels, giving different level of opportunities regarding or demanding different levels of functioning. But some people in this country have already embarked on providing that opportunity. And Deepal Lokukalapattu is one of them. I would like to invite you, Deepal, to come and tell us about ABLE project or ABLE program.
Dignitaries of the World Health Organization, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me at the outset say thank you to Dr. Sumana Seth and the officials of SLACD for inviting me to share some insights relating to inclusive employment opportunities. As Professor precisely mentioned, the name of the project we put forward was ABLE, Ability Beyond Limits Empowered. So I wish to screen a very brief video for you to grasp an idea of what it is, and then back them with a couple of slides just to elaborate on the project and open up the forum for your questions.
Young leaders with a vision to lighting up lives, who are much passionate of fostering a culture of learning for differently able, inculcating a continuously improvement mindset coupled with a daring spirit in order for them to evolve in life. A compelling mission for the differently able to work towards becoming the best in all they do, instilling an aspiration in the hearts of many aboard a social scope that could be sustained. ABLE, Ability Beyond Limits Empowered. Challenging the conventional sympathetic view and empowering the differently able to stand on their own with accreditation of the University of California Medical Faculty, together with the hearts of many who shared our vision. We created history with certified practical industrial training for the differently able.
When the ABLE team approached me about asking help to give an opportunity for these wonderful people to come and practice something in our environment, then we opened up our training school for these wonderful people, and we believe that there is a huge potential. By giving the best effort we can give, we should be able to create a light at the end of the tunnel. I always believe ABLE team can help these individuals and bring a strategy to light up their lives.
We have inspired a shared vision of lighting up lives through Ability Beyond Limits Empowered. We enable the differently able to take on the world, challenging the conventional sympathetic view and empowering them to stand on their own, rewarding them with a university certificate, making them believe that they can, encouraging their hearts to take on challenges.
මේක රට පුරාම තියෙන මම හිතන්නේ ලොකු ලොකු වුමනාවක්. ඉතින් මේ අද මේ සමිතිය ඇතුළතදී කරපු මේ පාඨමාලාව සාර්ථක වෙලා ඒ විදිහටම ආයෙත් තව දරුවන්ට රැකියාව ලබා ගන්න උදව් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන් අපේ පුළුවන් උපරිම සහයෝගය ලබා දෙන්න සූදානම්.
ආබාධිත තත්ත්වයේ පසුවන අපිට වෘත්තීය පුහුණු ක්‍රියාන්විතයකට එකතු වීමට අපිට සිදු වුණා. ඒ ගැන ගොඩාක් මම සහ මගේ සහෝදරියෝ 4 දෙනා සංස්තෝෂ වෙනවා. ලොකු වෙනසක් අපි සහෝදරයෝ 5 දෙනා අතරම ලොකු වෙනසක් පේන්න තියෙනවා. මොකද නූලක් ඒ කියන්නේ මැෂින් එකක වැඩ කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා අපි දැනගෙන හිටියේ නෑ. එතන ගියාම කොහොමද මැෂින් එක අල්ලන්නේ, රෙද්දක් කොහොමද මැෂින් එකේ තියලා මහන්නේ, ඒ වගේ බොහෝම දේ අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තා. කාර්ය මණ්ඩලය නිතරම ඇවිල්ලා අපේ ඕනෑ පාකම් අහලා සති දෙකක කාලය තුල අපගේ වෙනස් වූ ජීවිතය ගැන මම ගොඩාක් සන්තෝෂ වෙනවා.
We were able to model the way to a socially sustainable mission for the future. Perhaps the very first innovative plant in the world that empowers differently able, lighting up their lives. Able, ability beyond limits, empowered.
As we just experienced, ABLE project was a valiant effort by a group of young leaders who are trying to articulate or establish a future for differently able. And we were able to connect so many stakeholders without battling it out alone to make it a success. As the first point, let me give you a little conceptual framework on how people's mind work on disability. For an example, if I just say the word chocolate, by now the audience has pictured your preferred chocolate. That's how the mind schemas work. Based on your likings, you think of what you would wish to think. So if I say similarly, washing powder, for an example, now you're picturing your favorite washing powder. So on a value pyramid, from bottom upwards, how we cognize, how the society cognize the word disability, it has its cascaded value domains. Let me start from the bottom of the pyramid. Any one of us, we get stimulated by seeing or by hearing of a disabled person, we get compassionated. The first thought which stimulates our mind is sympathy. That's the traditional view, a sympathetic view towards the disabled. I think that's at the bottom of the value pyramid. That's what now they expect from us. But most of the time, majority of us in the society, we do things, we try to do things, we attempt to do things with compassion. Let's go to the next layer, the corporate sector. Majority of the corporate sector, they are looking at disability as a concept to gain mileage on CSR, corporate social responsibility. Let me be very abrupt and blunt here. I'm not aiming at any of the corporates, but we have enough examples locally and internationally that they are just operating way below the required level of value dominance. So coming back to the ABLE project, as I said, to get people together to a worthy cause, which should sail above the threshold of lower value domains, it was a challenging task. It was extremely difficult to get people to come out of conventional, compassionate mindset. So our aim was first to empower them, empower the differently able. We were not trying to reach the pinnacle of the pyramid, which is the evolution. We were just trying to cross that threshold from lower value domain, which is a utility value of compassion or a CSR, towards an iconic value. So in doing this project, we came up with so many challenges, experiences, and then we realized the world of opportunities out there that we could put together for differently able. Let me quickly point out the challenges. As I said, the conventional, sympathetic mind frames of references were like Berlin walls. It was very difficult for us to get some of the stakeholders to change their thinking. They just think, okay, fine, you need to do something, and then drop the ball there. There's no continuity. So there was a lot of public relations effort. There were a lot of synergistic team efforts going into this project in changing this conventional mind frames. And which is coupled with a broader social scope, which is beyond just mere CSR. So those two were the basic challenges, the two challenges that we had to overcome at the initial part. As a third point, let me put forward fostering a culture of learning for differently able. As you are fully aware, healthy people, it's a cakewalk going through the learning curve. But for differently able, you need to line up so many other peripheral activities for them to learn in a conducive environment. So it was a huge challenge for us to take them into a training school where healthy or ordinary, normal people get trained, to open up that training school for differently able and for them to go through the same training. The fourth barrier that we had to battle out was inculcating the learning mindset into differently able. I wish to make references to Professor Rosenbaum's 8 factors. And I think the family, friends, all those stakeholders, they have a major part to play in this mind inculcation. Because from the inception, what we realized is they were kind of given a thought, look, you need to be assistant. Look, we are there to help you. Right? So now that has gone deep into their minds. So changing that pre-Judaism mindset, it was actually not an easy task. So they were going back again to the square one, and we were pulling them back again towards learning and development, but they were just giving up, saying we were tired, we need to rest. It was a wonderful experience. So moving on to the experiences. As a team of young leaders from corporate sector, we actually consolidated hearts of many who envisioned the future of inclusive employment. I wish to thank all the doctors and professors of the Center for Disability at the Faculty of Medicine of University of California for coming forward and joining hands with us, materializing this worthy cause. It opened a daring doorway for us to look at structured, synchronized learning for them to evolve in life. Why I say structured learning? It was scrutinized and evaluated by a proper panel of doctors from a university. They referred to curriculums and they were very happy about the depth of the curriculum, what substance that you're going to deliver. So it was structured and it was relating to manufacturing. So the experience that we had, if it is going to work in manufacturing flows, is going to work in anywhere else, be it administration jobs, be it any other industry, sector, we all can put our heads together and put out structured learning curriculums for differently able. Another experience that we made, it was an observation actually. The progress was very incremental, not in giant steps. I take references to 3 areas in establishing this point. The Act number 28 of 1996 proved to be very unsuccessful, and its clauses were not practically implemented for the past 20 years. It was supposed to be favorable for differently able, but it had been lying there for the past 20 years. So we further noticed an absence of an accountable institution for monitoring and implementing policies relating to differently able. However, Sri Lanka made a positive step last year, December, by adhering to UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. I have very high hopes on that step. I think that's going to back all of us in the corporate sector in creating the future for differently able. So let me sum up my presentation with the opportunities that we derive out of this entire exercise. As the first point, I strongly suggest that demand-oriented diverse learning curriculums is a reality. We are just round the corner of making these curriculums in diverse industries. I'm sure, being the learned community in our society, the universities could play a major role in this by scrutinizing, guiding, and pushing it forward for a better future. The second point that we see as an opportunity, when you come up with curriculums of that nature in diverse industries, the corporate alignment for employability becomes a reality. Let me take references to our ages-old curriculums in our traditional exams, which is a perfect mismatch to the modern corporate world. So it applies across the board, even to differently able. So my suggestion is, please join hands with the corporate world, put forward your curriculums in collaboration with the corporates so that we get aligned to the common goals. Another opportunity, as you saw in the video, when you get the academic integration, creates value in the minds of differently able, that they are appreciated and they are given a university certificate for their ability. And that plays a huge value addition in the minds of the said community stepping into the corporate world, because they become equal as they walk into the corporate world with a proper academic background. Another opportunity what we saw among them is few of the senior members who grasped this training faster than the rest of the crowd. They were actually guiding the rest of the crowd. So I saw a light at the end of the tunnel for the future, that we could actually look at some of these people training more differently able people once they are properly qualified and guided. And that's also another huge opportunity which we observed out of this project. Another fantastic avenue which was opened up is actually creating noble partnerships. The organizations, the institutions which we never expected realized the importance of a project like this, a common worthy cause like this, and they stepped forward. And I have few strong professionals in Sri Lanka who are connected to extensive networks, who had already put forward their claims for this project, requesting for us to look at more potential people who could be trained in diverse industries so that their network could align them for employment. And overall, this entire exercise, I believe, that it opened up a doorway for new legislation in this country. I think that's our future, and we all should put our hands together to see a future where the disabled or differently able should learn and work in the same environment as elderly people. There's a Facebook group operating for Able Sri Lanka, and then you could reach us through able.srilanka@gmail.com and make us part of your movement in making their lives better. We are all out willing to put our hearts together and help you, assist you by all means as and when it's required. Thank you very much.
To see the opportunities in different corporates rather than just one corporate, because you can initiate it, so you can spearhead the initiative to create a forum of corporates who can employ the children in their whatever they can. So
Yes.
Thank you, Gopi. I think it's a wonderful idea. Just to give a recap, we have already spoken to a couple of leading professionals who head different diverse companies in the country about this project and how to take it forward. So probably with the assistance and guidance of the Center for Disability and the Faculty of Medicine in Ragama, we have high hopes to take this to greater heights.
Yes, and you suggested that other universities also should take this kind of project and work on that, because I mean, if you look at how things are distributed in this country, everything happens in cities, and in the rural sector there's quite a dearth of any kind of opportunity. So it should spread far and wide in this country. I mean, we've got only a small country compared to India, but the message should go far.
Certainly, Professor. What I feel is that any university could think this as creating iconic value beyond that threshold. It doesn't stop being academic or being CSR.
Yes.
It's like you are helping them to evolve in life. They could be on their own, unassisted, and that's the perfect world that we should dream of.
Training was for 2 weeks, right?
That's right.
Right. Now, is that 2 weeks enough? Because our kids need repetition and repetition. And again, you said it is a university certificate. So, how much weight does it have? 2 weeks. Opposed to somebody who has gone to the university for 3 years, whatever. So then again, I feel that we are just like hoodwinking our kids, saying, okay, you go for 2 weeks and we will be. But actually, do they really get the skills they need to go out into the world and to work? And are these kids employed by you? Is there an assurance for them after the training that they would be absorbed?
Thank you very much for that question. I like your phrase hoodwinking, but I need to clarify certain things. This was one of its own kind of projects ever done in Sri Lanka by a corporate, and it was a pilot project. So what we did was actually we had internal curriculums which runs for about 4 weeks. Right, on specific areas of manufacturing. On a production floor, there are areas that could be broken into sections. So we picked and choose the most easiest areas a differently able could maneuver through. So when we filtered that, the curriculum became a little shortened up. Right, and then we put that forward to the university panel of lecturers for them to scrutinize the curriculum, do any adjustments, suggestions if they require, and they gave us the green light to go ahead. So we were very happy to have them residentially in our facility. It was not 8 to 5 training. They did take the breaks, but they actually went through comprehensive manufacturing related orientation. And one of the observations I made which relates to regards to the a person with a partial visual disability, one of his eyes was stronger than the other. So when he was put into the needlework section, he was far better than even the normal people. His single eye was far superior than my 2 eyes. So those are the observations we made actually through this pilot project. I'm sure that I successfully erased your hoodwinking mindset on this.
What I meant was, say, as a parent,
yes.
let me say I sent my son to your
yes.
organization for this training after
yes.
2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, or maybe
yes.
even a month.
Yes.
He gets the certificate, and
correct.
Here I go with the certificate and with him, maybe to brand it.
Yes.
And I say, see, will you give my son a job?
Okay. Coming back to the second part of your question, that was very important. Actually, I addressed that in my presentation, whereas changing their mindset, including the parents, because from the inception itself, they were kind of told, they were imposed, look, you need some help, right? So when we give an opportunity available in an available place, most of the time, the parents, come back to us and say, look, we can't send him there. Can't you keep him here? So they have their preferences where the corporate finds it kind of difficult to get that alignment at the initial stage. So that is where I think we need to get together as a group with different stakeholders, consolidate these opportunities and see where it surfaces, right? So at the moment, they are certified, they could go actually to any institution and proudly show that certificate and say that I went through this kind of training. Evaluate me. Don't look down on me on a sympathetic manner. Please evaluate me, give me a job. I could do that. So that empowerment was our objective at the initial pilot project. And that was the first step.
Thank you. This question is from Mr. Deepal.
And everybody there.
Here, I really appreciate what you said and the initiative taken by organization. But what I want to know is now, in future, there are people who want to get into this, young people. How will you get about this? Is there any way where people register and do something? Because sometimes Mr. Gopi says it's difficult when you go to an army institute to find out. So if there is anything like that, good for you, like you can elaborate on that. There will be some more. How can you get about it?
Thank you for that question. As I actually articulated the opportunities we derived out of the project, what we realized is that we need to find corporate alignment into this training, because we are not going to conduct any haphazard training without looking at the opportunities available. So the organization that I represent have already employed many of differently able people, just like AMAS. So we thought, we will do a pilot sample and see the alignment. So I take your suggestion, and then we have our next step is actually to connect with many professionals in diverse industries to open up these avenues, the opportunities, and then train the community according to the opportunities available. That's our primary objective going forward as the next step.
Yes, so to sum up, I would like to thank the 5 panelists for very valuable information that you provided. I think from the response of the audience, they appreciate that, they value what you had to say.